Hey, it's Felice, totally awake, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, then welcome. Now, in today's video, I just want to talk a little bit about the November broadcast. It was crazy, right? Not going to be able to get through all of it, but I just wanted to share this little clip. Check this out.
A foreign woman and an Anamitis to boot. Now, if Solomon had married a nice Jewish girl, just one, and rejoiced with the wife of his youth, don't you think that the history of Israel would have been much different?
So basically, he wanted to remind you right here, do not become unequally yoked, right? Because it's not going to fare well. Basically, you don't want to turn out like Solomon. But look at what he goes on to say.
I think it would have been. But let's take a moment to think about the women Solomon did marry. Pagan women.
Ooh, not pagan women. Now, when he says pagan women, he's just not referring to followers of an ancient religion that worship several gods, or someone who doesn't go to a synagogue or church or a holy place, or even someone that worships several gods at once, or they may have no interest in God at all, like Google says, okay? He's not just referring to that, but he's also referring to anybody that's not a Jehovah's Witness. That's what he wants to put in your mind as he says pagan women, a woman that's not a Jehovah's Witness. Let's keep listening.
Now, you may have relatives who are not in the truth.
AKA pagan.
You love your relatives and you go visit from time to time. But how long is it before you run out of things to talk about?
See, no, he didn't. This part right here made me so mad. Like, just the shoulder move and everything. You love your relatives. What he did his shoulder, like, of course we love our relatives, but you don't want us to, do you? You don't want us. You don't want the Jehovah's Witnesses, because y'all know I ain't in that, okay? You don't want the Jehovah's Witnesses to love nobody but you and your homeboys and them elders and everybody up in the congregation, as long as they stay following the straight line that you want them on, okay? You don't want nobody to have no love, hardly, for nobody else. Like, you want to give them reasons why they shouldn't love their family. Up there talking about, how long is it before you run out of stuff to talk about? We got plenty of stuff to talk about with our family. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? People have plenty to talk about with their family. You want them to talk about you? They don't want to hear about you. Nobody wants to talk about you and what you got going on, okay? Nobody don't want to talk about it, all right? People got plenty to talk about with their family. They don't need you to discourage them from talking to their family, trying to put it in their mind that they don't have nothing. You don't got nothing to talk about. We do. They do. It's just really sickening the way they ruin families. They put this wedge and this distance between families because this is what they think of you. Like, you're not worth it. You're pagan. You're about to die at Armageddon, and we not, okay? That's what I was raised to think. That I was about to be saved, and go to paradise, this perfect paradise. And my aunt, okay, my mama's sister, that wasn't a Jehovah's Witness, I was raised to think that she was going to die. Okay, she's going to be killed at Armageddon because she didn't join my religion, the one and only true religion, and I have a lot of family members that I wasn't able to be close to growing up because they weren't Jehovah's Witnesses. And now that I'm not even a Jehovah's Witness, I don't even talk to them like that. They don't know me. They don't know me. Okay, because my parents kept me from the whole family that wasn't a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, we did rarely see them. We saw them from time to time. But it wasn't as often as you would see the people in the hall, growing up, going to the hall 3 times a week, going to all kind of get-togethers and gatherings. It was them first. And if my family was having something, we'll, probably ain't going to make it. We'll try, but probably not, because we want to be around, the spiritual encouragement. And we can't get that from your pagan relatives. It's just sick, y'all. It really is sick, and it's sad. And it's not fair. It's not fair because this is the only life that we know for right now. And when you don't get to be around your flesh and blood, your family, and someone snatches that away from you because of their cult doctrine, it just really sucks.
Because we just don't have the most important thing in common, the truth. Because we just don't have the most important thing in common, the truth.
Because we just don't have the most important thing in common, the truth.
Ooh, David Splane. All right, first of all, David Splane, it's not the truth. It's the false. It's a lie, okay? It's the lie. It's the biggest lie, okay, that the Jehovah's Witnesses ever heard. It's the biggest lie of their life, and they don't even know it, all right? That's first of all. And second, first of all, along with that, that's blasphemy. Okay, it's not the truth. That's just downright blasphemy. Let's get that straight. Every time these leaders, these men call these low down dirty men, okay? If I'm gonna call them a man, they're gonna be a low down dirty man, okay? Every time they slip up and call this cult the truth, it's so blasphemous against the Almighty, isn't it? Like, they really calling this cult religion the truth when Jesus said he is the way, the truth, and the life. Okay? Jesus is the truth, not a cult religion, not no religion. Jesus is the truth, okay? That's what the Bible say, all right? So that's number one. Number two, that's not a make all or break all, okay? In life, people can be friends. People can be great friends, and they can be of two different faiths. They can believe different things. In the real world, outside of your little cult bubble, that is very much so possible. And a lot of people realize that while they're Jehovah's Witnesses. I know for one, my mama be loving her coworkers, baby. You know what I'm saying? As devout of a Jehovah's Witness she is, she loves her coworkers, mainly because, you know, despite her being so indoctrinated and acting unlovingly towards me, from what other people can see that don't know that side of her, you know, somebody that she's not required to shun, like her own child, you know, they view her as very sweet, very loving, and they gravitate towards her, and she embraces that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, they just get along with my mom, and they form this really close bond with her at work throughout the years. And not just girls, but guys too. She be having her maintenance men that be close to her coming over to the house. My daddy be cooking for everybody. Like, she always have went to lunch and stuff with her coworkers. She's always been a certain level of close that I would personally think that Jehovah's Witnesses probably shouldn't be that close with their, you know, the coworkers and non-Jehovah's Witnesses. But she was definitely close with people that wasn't a Jehovah's Witness, you know. And so a lot of people realize that you can have close relationships with people and they don't have to be the same faith as you. So that's not important. I don't care what you believe.
I don't care what your religion is.
You know, I'll love you regardless. I can still love someone and they don't have to think how I think. You're the only people that think that. You're the only people that think that somebody got to think and believe what you believe in order to have a relationship, in order to have a conversation, in order to say goddamn hello. You don't need to believe the same thing to love each other, to love people. It's just not necessary. It's not the most important thing, okay? I'm sorry. Not sorry.
So we have to ask, why was Solomon so comfortable with these pagan women? What did he talk about? Well, you can be sure he wasn't studying the Watchtower with them.
So basically, if your family or somebody that you're pursuing can't study the Watchtower with you, then they're not worth talking to. I mean, because if they can't study the Watchtower with me, you know, and that's the best thing ever. Like, that's the funnest thing ever. Like, what are you talking about? F the Watchtower. Don't nobody want to study that on their free time. Like, I used to hate having to study for the meeting. Like, they asking a question at the bottom and they want you to pick from the fucking paragraph that the answer. You know, and it's just so remedial. Like, I don't want to answer it like this because this is just your answer that you want me to give. This is retarded. Nobody don't want to study the Watchtower, and I don't want to hang with nobody that want to study the Watchtower. Shoot.
But what was he doing? What was the attraction to these foreign women? Was it their humility?
Don't be silly, David Splane. Of course it wasn't their humility. They're not Jehovah's Witnesses. They don't have humility.
Their modest dress?
Now, don't be crazy. Nobody dresses modest but Jehovah's Witnesses. Get out of here, silly.
Their chaste conduct? Their quiet and mild spirit?
Oh, Brother Splane, stop with the sarcasm. You know no one has chaste conduct but the Jehovah's Witnesses. And you know no one is maltempered but the Jehovah's Witnesses. The whole world is rowdy as hell and out of control. Okay? You know that, David Splane.
Or was it mainly the physical? Let's be blunt. Solomon was attracted to the wrong kind of woman.
You know, right here, it's like he's not even really talking about Solomon. He's really sending a message to all Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? Just to let them know, you know, if you're not choosing people to hang with, whether they're your family or not, whether you're trying to pursue them as a partner or whatever, if you're not pursuing people that's in the cult, that's a Jehovah's Witness, then what are you doing, okay? That's basically what he's saying. And it's so insulting to the whole world, right? Because they're basically saying, like, everybody else, y'all ain't SHIT. Y'all ain't nothing, okay? Because and you don't dress modest. Everybody is rowdy as hell. It's nobody that, you know, got any sense in the world but the Jehovah's Witnesses. Everybody is rowdy, and ain't nobody, you know, their conduct is not chaste. They're not mal, and they whatever. They don't know how to dress modestly. Everybody just wearing they titties out and they behinds out. And they wear tight pants. Dang lang swinging too. I don't know what they think about people. Like, but it's not good. Like, everything about people that's not a Jehovah's Witnesses is not good. And they not worth hanging out. They making a wrong choice by hanging out with your non-Jehovah's Witness relatives. Or if you're getting too close to somebody that you may find attractive, you getting too close to them. Because can they look at the Watchtower with you? Can they underline the answers with you for the Watchtower? They cannot. So, yeah.
And there may have been early warning signs. Speaking of red flags, when Solomon began marrying many women, did a prophet or a priest ever approach him and give him some counsel? Did they ever read Deuteronomy 17:17, which applied directly to the king? Deuteronomy 17:17. It says about the king, neither should he take many wives for himself, so that his heart may not go astray. Well, if he did receive that counsel, he certainly didn't apply it. And if he didn't receive that counsel, we wonder why not.
And see, this is why the elders be prying into everybody's business. You know, the elders just be watching you like a hawk. But not just the elders, anybody in the congregation is watching you like a hawk so that they can report you to the elders, okay? Because of talks like these, that's making them think that blood is on their hands if they don't. Because if he didn't receive any counseling, well, we wonder why not. So it's like that's y'all cue right there. Why not? Everybody, don't y'all see them talking to these pagan people? You better get them in line and let them know, hey, y'all finna lose y'all life. You keep talking to them. Can you study the Watchtower with them? You cannot. So you need to go ahead and cut them off. Since you can't study the Watchtower with them, if they not gonna come on and serve Jehovah, then you need to cut them off. And see, this is it right here. This the kind of talks right here that have everybody in your damn business. And it's really disgusting, and it's micromanaging, and it's just like, man, everybody is grown and they answer to God, not y'all. What don't y'all understand? But they don't understand because they run in a cult. They ain't gonna never understand, y'all.
What's the application? Today, we may be very busy in Jehovah's organization, but we have to be alert to any red flags that despite outward appearances, all is not well with us.
So you can be doing great in the cult, you know, going out in field service, passing out the little magazines and keeping your time up. Shoot, you can be a pioneer, you know. But if you so happen to be sitting down and chit-chatting it up with people that you can't mark up the Watchtower with, okay, then there may just be a problem and you might need some help because you might be sick. How sick is that? I'm doing everything that I can do. But just because I'm hanging with somebody that y'all don't approve of, just because they're not a Jehovah's Witness and don't want to be one, then y'all need to talk to me about that? And they my, hold on. This my cousin, though. This my favorite cousin. Nah. Y'all ain't finna break this bond up, okay? This my cousin. No, wait. This my mama y'all talking about. I mean, I know she ain't no Jehovah Witness because she done heard some bad stuff about y'all, but I ain't looking at it or nothing like that. But because, she don't want to mark up the watchtower with me, y'all want to tell me that I don't need to be hanging as much time with her? I don't need to be having that much time with her. Wait a minute. These my grandkids. Wait a minute. So my grandkids don't need to come over here like that because they not finna sit down and want to mark up the watchtower with me? Exactly. That's an issue. If you hanging with people that don't want to mark up the watchtower with you, okay? So know that. Get out, Jehovah's Witnesses. Get out of this crap. Get out.
A single brother is a regular publisher. He's a regular meeting attender. But on his nights off, he likes to go to nightclubs. And he's comfortable in that atmosphere. He isn't shy about striking up conversations with worldly people. And he loves to dance. Well, there are no sisters there, so he dances with worldly women. What's the attraction? He's busy in the congregation, but there's something there that isn't quite right.
Yeah, seems like who he's describing is actually, having a great time to me, having the best time that he can without, losing all his family and friends that he's probably ever known. Do you know, David Splane, that you put people in a position to just go ahead and have a double life? They can't just choose one, because if they choose just one, I mean, either way, it's going to be a little horrible on both sides. I mean, if they choose just to be a straight Jehovah's Witness, it's going to be boring. And I mean, they're following a lie. They keep, you keep telling them the world is about to end, and you keep lying to them. And so you got them living on edge, making them think that the end is literally right around the corner. And you've been saying that for over a century now. So that's, tough to live like that. And then, they're human. So they want to just do, regular human things instead of just being, weirdos. Because a lot of times that's what Jehovah's Witnesses look like, weirdos, okay? They're so awkward and just different, and they make you like that because of these type of talks like this right here. So you push people to have a double life, okay? And then you want to get mad and counsel people about it, and no, let this young man do what he doing, okay? Stop trying to mess up his little thing he got going on. I feel like he got a good thing going. That way he get to keep his family and he still get to, live his life a little bit. Leave people alone. All right? I don't got nothing else to say about this, y'all, right now. It's Felice, totally awake. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you turn on that notification bell because, baby, I'm coming with some more this week, okay? We got some more content coming out. So make sure you got your notification bell on. Make sure you leave me a comment down below. And I'll be back with another one. Bye.